Do I ask about the snowshoeing? Is that still a sensitive subject, or have we reached a point of being okay with
No,
it?
We just end the call.
Yeah.
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 Welcome back to Late Night Scrolling Canada, to a very special new weekly series where we're talking to all the eliminated teams from the Amazing Race Canada. I'm shocked to be joined this week by Brendan and Sam, and especially hearing where they're at today. Oh my God, things got juicy in this conversation. So I'll throw it over to Brendan and Sam. Enjoy this post-race debrief. Did you guys have any anticipation that the Smurfs might be your demise on the Amazing Race?
Oh my gosh. No. Brendan knew on the way to that challenge who Papa Smurf was. And to be honest, I didn't know that Papa Smurf wears a red hat. So I was immediately like, all right, we've got this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These searching challenges though, one thing about them is there's no luck to them. Like,
No, there
or
is luck.
sorry,
It's all luck.
it's all luck to it, yes. So it's like no skill to it is what I meant. So I think having that in the back of our mind, we just got a bad bounce, and then led to another bad bounce there. But no, didn't think the Smurfs would.
Yeah, we didn't think the Smurf challenge. Like when we read it, we're like, okay, like we knew that we were what we were looking for. So I was kind of like, we might have an upper hand on some people. There's no way everybody's gonna know this, but yeah, it's just some bad luck.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
You don't find this little mushroom house in the middle of a 3-acre forest. There's mushroom houses everywhere. It's like you're like, yeah.
It's a tough one, and you can't really prepare for that kind of challenge. There's a lot of like, you can go to the gym, you can do cardio, you can do all these things, but like finding a Smurf house in a forest is
Exactly,
insane.
Liz.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can you guys talk about race brain, which is something I hear all the time on The Amazing Race and from contestants about this? Like, you think you can be so prepared, you get into the moment, and then something happens, and it's like, you don't know why you're reacting the way you're reacting. But how does something like race brain play into a Smurf house challenge? Do you remember kind of where you were mentally in that moment?
Yeah, I think race brain, like we thought there were going to be so many at the front of the forest where we parked. There were a bunch of houses, but we actually got there with Ika and Dimitri, and so we split up and we were like, "Hey, you guys check over here. We're going to go over to this section, and then we'll work on it." And Ika and Dimitri ended up finding one, but we were already far in the back. There started to come like 3 more teams to the front. Why didn't we just check the first 10 houses at the front? Because then the other teams come up, they find them at the front. Now we're at the back.
It was go right or left.
And it was like, oh my gosh, now we're like for a mile in the back of the forest. Who knows who's around? And I think all the teams have left now. So it's like race brain, you're just, that's a good example. I mean, like, you're just so in it.
Yeah, like you start to like when you get in a race brain like kicks in when you get in, all of a sudden the pressure gets on and you start your thinking and your decision making changes. You know, like when you first show up, you're like, we got lots of time, you're chilling, you're walking, like you're like whatever. And then as teams start to go, you start to like be like, oh, now we got to get going, and then you start to panic, and then you're like, oh my God, we're the last ones here, and now you're like panicking. You're like panic. You go from like being so calm, and then to like all of a sudden panicking, and you're like, we should go here. No, we got to go here. Okay, no, let's go here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so you're just like
frantic.
It kicks in, and your decision making process is completely different.
Well, you even said on your way to the challenge, you had that incredible quote that they played that was like, everything can change in 15 minutes with a challenge. You can go from being in the back to being in the front of the lineup, and then it cuts to you guys doing that challenge. What was it like to watch that moment back and hear yourself kind of do self-fulfilling prophecy a little bit?
Oh, yeah. Like, we said this to ourselves when we were on the race. Like, we were like, if we get in that like situation, we need to remember to stay calm because we've been there before, and like we can just be like, hey, stay calm. And I feel like we did, like to a certain extent, but like even myself, like, I told myself this the whole time. I repeated it to myself. Me and Sam talked about it, and then all of a sudden you get in that situation and like it all goes out the window.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so true.
That's so real. Oh my God. Well, you guys were so much fun to watch. Episode 1, you kind of crushed it. You seemed so calm, cool, collected, like in the zone. Watching back episode 1 versus episode 2, what did you spot in the way you performed, the way you approached it that maybe you didn't realize at the time? Did you catch anything about the way you were communicating or the way that you were approaching the challenges that seemed different watching versus experiencing?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I think like my quirks just come right out like this. Some of my just the way that
I like it.
Brendan's like, you did so good, and I was so happy that I had finished the dancing challenge and we were getting out of there. And I think it's a reel on social media, but I'm like, okay, yay! And I'm like I'm running out, and I'm like, oh my God, Sam, just take a breath. Like you can get so in it and so frantic. It's like, okay, well, what's the next thing? And you know, it's like bug eyes. That you become like a total different version. And yeah, sometimes watching it back, I'm like, who is she? That's not me. Like,
Yeah, it is you. You're quirky and funny like that. You're being authentic. Like we were like we're ourselves. Like you know what I mean. Like you know you're on you're on national television, so like everyone picks themselves apart of like, you know, especially when you're watching, you're like, oh my God, I can't believe they showed that. Or, oh my God, I look like this, I look like that. But like, at the end of the day, like, it, you know, we're so hard on ourselves. Everybody's like that. You know? And we're just being ourselves, you know, and authentic and real. So, from like one episode to the other though, what we did differently, we did nothing differently. Like, you know, like we raced great in the second episode. Like, you know what I mean? We led the pack right until that Smurf thing. And like, we just got a bad bounce, and then there was inevitably one more challenge, and then you're gone, and that's how quickly like you can go from the front to the back. And so like like
crazy.
I'm still confident today. Like if it went differently, like we had such a good process that like, you know, we could have won the race, or we could have got eliminated the next leg after. You know what I mean? And it's just the way it goes, you know. So like, I don't think it was our abilities. Like we didn't have the ability, or we were doing something so wrong. We just like we're in the Amazing Race Canada, and like. Shit happens.
Totally. The game does what the game does, and you can really see that with you guys as a great example of you can be so ready and then things can go in whatever direction. I gotta ask what your brother and your dad thought watching the episode last night. Have you talked to them? What was the reaction to seeing you guys handle yesterday's?
I think we watched it up north in Parry Sound here. My parents are back in the city, but being with Connor,
they didn't expect
everyone was tearjerker for sure. And same with my parents. They're like, they could just see the frustration and, you know, the like sadness, I think, between both of us. Like coming back as a second team, you want it so much more than the first, because the first time you're like, all right, like I'm just doing this and winging it. And then this time we're like, okay, well, we have some pressure. We know we can do this. Yeah. We know what to expect in a way. So there's definitely more pressure there, and like to get off on the second leg was like just really. It took a little bit for sure. I'm not gonna lie. It took some time for me, like for us to bounce back.
Yeah, to process it.
To process everything that had happened, and then.
But Connor and Brad, like, they, like when I talked to Connor last night, they know how this goes.
Yes.
So they're the ones that would understand out of anybody that like they're like, yo, like that sucks, but they're also like, I get it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Me and Connor could have gone out multiple times in legs and just got lucky on stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? So.
Totally. What did your dad think of the dance challenge? Was he psyched to see you ace it?
Oh yeah, he was. He was like, okay, let's go. Redemption for the maze. Like, thank God.
I love that so much. Was there any moments that your brother watched back and was like, actually, I wish you had that when we were racing, or like, oh my God, you aced that in a way that like we didn't quite get to?
Yeah, like I think that I'm trying to think of what challenges that we did.
I know it was kind of short-lived, so.
Well, I mean, like as far as my brother, we had different processes. Like my brother, like when he was watching it, like he noticed last night that like I was doing directions and Connor did a lot of the directions last time, and sometimes me and Connor went back and forth on directions and whatnot. So he was kind of like in my ear about it last night, and he's like, so was I right about me doing the directions or whatnot? And I'm like, no, I had good directions. I'm like, it wasn't the directions that was the problem. It was my decision making process.
Right. Okay, do I ask about the snowshoeing? Is that still a sensitive subject, or have we reached a point of being okay with it?
We just end the call.
Yeah.
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 Brendan, I want to switch right now. I know you can do it. It's time consuming. That's why everyone chose that one.
These are done after these branches go in, and we're walking. Okay, I've got two
Brendan,
shoes.
I don't feel confident walking through the snow.
Can you just try? Can you try walk through, baby?
I can't do, like, this is so frustrating.
I'm sorry, Sam. I'm really sorry.
I'm just upset
I
right
know.
now, like.
I'm so sorry. This is my fault. I wish I would have. I feel terrible.
No, we're Sam's like, I'm never fucking going snowshoeing.
I'm like, never, I won't.
I would like to burn those snowshoes.
Yeah, we wanted them. We wanted to have a little fire,
Ceremonial.
toast to it.
Yeah.
Ceremonial
Burn
burning.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, but
This winter, let's get you back out there. You can do it, cleanse it all out of your system.
Exactly.
You know, we're not planning on going on any snowshoeing extravaganza. Thank God it's summer.
Oh my God.
You know, they edit the show so well, but I do wish that we had like the audio track of your entire walk in the snowshoes, because I'm sure there were some hidden gems of conversation as you guys were trying to make that happen.
It was
my at one point I was holding on. I was like clenching my toes so much because the rope was falling off on the back, and I was like, no, not today. This is not happening. I'm making it through. And I was just like, oh my God. It was like, honestly, one of the most intense experiences.
The audio would have been
Yeah.
that would have been ridiculous, because we were both like,
Crazy.
oh my God, the shit coming out of our
Oh
mouth.
my God.
Yeah.
Well, maybe, you know, if there's a season blooper reel, they'll toss some of that in for
that would be
everyone to see, for you guys to hear back. I know everyone wants to know, how are you guys doing today? What's the relationship status? It seems like all is well and we're still enjoying summer and enjoying being around each other. Snowshoeing didn't make or break anything.
Snowshoeing was it?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Brendan and I, we are friends now.
Amazing.
Yeah, honestly, we are better off as friends, and we've gotten to experience some really great things together. We're totally different in so many ways, and we're also so similar. And who knows what the future holds, but you know what? We're
Yeah,
just
like the race will test your relationship
for
for
sure.
sure. You know, me and Sam have been friends for a long time before we started dating, and like, you know, we got the chance to go on the race, and we have so much love for each other, and like we both wouldn't trade our partner for anybody. You know, like the experience we'll have with each other for the rest of our lives. You know, like it definitely fucking tested us, and we're like, you know,
Yeah.
afterwards we're like, I think we were better like friends. you know,
Yeah,
like- But no, like, you know, I have so much love for Sam. She has so much love for me, and like, you know, we're experiencing this together and enjoying it, and like, you know, still spending time. Like, you know, yeah, we're up north. We're gonna, like, you know, after this, I think we're gonna go wake surfing or something. But,
Yeah.
but no, we're doing well. We're doing really well. We're both thriving in life. You know,
Yes.
we're diving into our careers. We're diving into like new experiences as we grow. So we made a lot of we both made a lot of growth in the last year in a positive direction. Like,
Definitely.
with the time we've spent together, for sure.
And now being apart too, it's like, yeah, it's been good, and we're able to experience this as friends and be able to enjoy the experience like we wouldn't want it any other way. I mean, this is going to be in our lives forever. We're probably going to show our families and kids this one day, so it's like, why not make the best of it? And yeah, we're just grateful to have been able to do it together.
Yeah,
and
so grateful.
Yeah.
it's all good.
Well, thank you guys for sharing so much of your second leg of the race with Canada, because I know even if things didn't work out as a relationship, it was so fun to watch how you guys supported each other and brought so much positivity to the race. So I'm sure everyone will be so excited to hear that you're still friends and enjoying this moment together, because it's so fun to watch you guys. And maybe we'll see you, who knows, there's so many other shows we could pitch you on. We could get you on MasterChef. We could get you on Love
MasterChef.
Island.
We'll get back together for MasterChef for sure.
I'm sure we can make something else happen. I feel like it's
Sam
not
makes
the last
some
we're going
mean
to see of
grilled
Brendan and
cheese.
Sam.
Oh my God.
That's amazing. Well, anything you guys want to say to Canada as you're exiting your second shot at the amazing race?
It's life.
It's not over,
Yeah.
Canada. We'll be back.
And
in
life
one
is
way or
not
another.
about winning and losing. It's about who you get to do the journey with.
Yeah.
Beautifully said. Oh my God. Thank you guys so much. This was so fun. Good to hear from you. And, best of luck on whatever race you guys take part in next. I know we'll all be rooting for you.
Oh, thank you so much,
Thank you
Liz.
so much, Liz.
If you liked that interview, there's more coming with all of the eliminated teams from The Amazing Race Canada right here on Late Night Scrolling. So make sure to hit subscribe, and we'll be back next week with the next eliminated team from The Amazing Race.